Get it? Because of the song. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin. Today we're listening to The Doors with their song Light My Fire off their self-titled album, which was released in 1967. Are you guys doing okay? Everyone doing all right? Everyone having a fantastic morning, a good morning, at least, like at the very least. I have a question for you guys, because you all constantly surprise me in the comments with just how much you know about certain bands, about certain songs. How do you know this much? I feel like I've never truly listened to music because even some of my favorite artists, I don't know that much about, everything about them. But some of the comments, actually a lot of the comments, like you guys just have such a sea of knowledge. I am honestly surprised with how you know certain things. Thank you for sharing your bank of knowledge with me because that's awesome. Some things I would never even know about the bands or guess about the bands, but here you guys are, like you were right next to them. Listening to them and taking it all in and sharing that knowledge with me. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for sharing your experiences with me, like seeing the bands or what the songs have meant to you. Even songs that I haven't liked that much. You guys have shared like what they've meant to you growing up or in certain moments of your life, how they've gotten you through certain times. It's just really cool. So thank you for sharing those. Thank you for opening up, making yourself a little vulnerable and sharing a little yourself with me. That was all I have to say before we jump into the song. You can join me on Twitter, the comments, Patreon. I had to think about what I had for a second. And without further ado, let's jump into it. This is Light My Fire by The Doors. Smoke is kind of close to me.
That it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Yeah. You know that it will be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on 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 fire.
Okay, let me describe exactly my journey. Let me describe my thoughts listening to this song, okay? All right, have you guys ever been standing close to the edge of a cliff? Perhaps you went mountain climbing or something, and you stood at the precipice of the cliff, and you kind of looked over, right? And you had that feeling when you looked over the cliff, like you wanted to jump. Or, I don't mean like you wanted to jump, but I mean like your body almost felt like it wanted to go forward, right, over the edge. Or even like you feel like you want to pull back, but at the same time, your body kind of wants you to move forward over the edge of the cliff. All right, so that's something called the call of the void, right? Which I think is one of the most interesting psychological like effects of standing at like a high place or over an edge, whatever. Okay, so here's what I felt like listening to the song. In the first part of the song, when Jim is singing, by the way, it's a great song. When Jim is singing, that's when I'm at the cliff. Then, when Ray started that solo, the call of the void brought me over the edge and I was falling off of the cliff. Just falling. And that whole fall for me, like mentally and emotionally, was listening to Ray just going off on the organ for the duration of the song. That was such a great instrumental section. And then eventually Robbie Krieger comes in with the electric guitar. Just sweeps it away with some bluesy and jazzy playing going in there. I mean, it was so beautiful. But at the end, when Jim comes back in, they return to the verse. I found myself still standing at the edge of the cliff. I never left the cliff. That, that in a nutshell is exactly what I feel like I went through mentally in this song. It was up there. It was really up there. So at first I thought this was going to be a song review and not a first listen because that first motif that comes in, that sounds really familiar and I know I've heard that before. But the rest of the song, as far as I can tell, I have not heard that before. So this will still be a first listen. I really like how it is really just a jam and a solo section for Ray and for Robbie. That's awesome because they got the skills. And one thing I like about the Doors is you can tell, let me just take, for example, Ray, because I focus on him a lot. Can't help it. I love his organ playing. Let me just focus on him because you can tell that he has the chops. He has the skills. He has the musicianship. He can do like, I feel like he can do anything. But I feel like from what I've listened of the Doors, he's only showing you kind of like 50% of his power. Like he's like Frieza in his final form, but he's like, I'm only using, 20% of my power. I feel like Ray can do so much more, but due to the songwriting and due to his musicianship, he doesn't show you more unless he needs to. He's giving the song what's necessary. And that's what I felt. This is perfect restraint, but at the same time, incredibly beautiful. His playing throughout this was awesome. I really like how Robbie came in after him. And like I said, just provided these smooth guitar lines. The drums kind of, in the mixing and production of the song, sounded like they were a little bit distant, which I'm sure was, on purpose, and I like that effect. it gives the song a lot more depth and a lot more room. Not everything is on the same line, the same wavelength. Everything's kind of spaced out in different parts of the room. So the song actually really envelops you. I like that a lot. And that's kind of partly what led me to feeling like that Call of the Void feel. I don't know what it is, but it felt like during my fall, everything was just surrounding me, the organ, the guitar, the drumming, Jim, you know? There was this distance, and yet there was this intimacy. I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics, not that there were a ton, so let me pull those up here really quick. Let's see. You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. So their love is like right here. And he's saying, baby, we're right here. We're already good. We're right here. We're going to go up here. You know, we're going to take this love even higher. We're going to make it even stronger. We're going to make it even better. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose. And our love become a funeral pyre. See, that's interesting. So we're taking fire, right? Fire, it burns. Usually, especially in love, fire burning is a really good thing, right? It says no time to hesitate. No time to wallow in the mire, right? Kind of like Opeth, Beneath the Mire. That's a good song. Try now, we can only lose. And our love become a funeral pyre. They don't want their love to be a funeral pyre, where just the embers of the coals begin to die out. And upon the funeral pyre, their love dies. No, no, no. They want to ignite their love, not extinguish their love. They want those flames to burn higher and brighter. And then as the song continues on, they repeat that, and they repeat those lyrics throughout the rest of it. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Try to set the night on fire. Honestly, I don't even have a lot to say in depth about this song. I feel like this is a song you either get lost in or you don't. I feel like this is a song that you fall with it, you follow it, your heart beats with it, or it doesn't. But I feel like this is just so up here that you either love it or you don't really care for it. I don't know. It's me. Let me know what you guys thought of the song. You can join me on Twitter. Join me in the comments down below. Join me on Patreon. Join me on all that stuff. But just have a great morning. Or a great, day, night, whenever you're watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.